Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope everybody had a happy hump day out there and are ready to slide into the weekend on the home stretch. I'm going down to Pensacola again. I have to do that about 3 weeks and I get stir crazy. Spend the night on Saturday night, see what I can get into. I put a couple of messages on Facebook this morning to see if I could find some local vegans down there. I've been in a group on Facebook of vegans, and hopefully I'll be able to find some people to hang out with a little bit this weekend. Hey, before I get started, new vegan t-shirt I've got out, and this one's actually selling on Amazon. I'd really appreciate if you guys go take a look at it, and if you like it, please buy it. It'll help me a lot getting this Amazon thing going. So there's the shirt right there. I'll put the link down in the description below directly where you can go to buy that shirt. But yeah, I hope you like that one, and I would appreciate it if you'd support me with it. Anyhow, today I'm here to talk about the raw food diet, mono meals, and intermittent fasting. I do videos every day, so if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button now. Then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed and YouTube won't unsubscribe you from the channel, which they do with some channels. Sometimes I have to check that all the time. I've looked into this intermittent fasting thing a little bit. Everybody seems to talk about it. Things seem to come in trends. Do you notice that? I forget the various trends, but the islands were a trend at one time. Everybody was talking about islands. So there's always a buzzword or a new kind of fad thing out there. And that kind of tends to get my eyebrow raised, and I get a little bit, okay, let's see, what is this all about? Is this just another BS, blah, blah, blah? And no, there is some value to intermittent fasting. I probably don't, there's a lot of different versions to doing intermittent fasting, but we'll talk about a little bit about my approach today. As you know, I've been mentioning one thing, like I say, I'm just always trying to it's not so much do this, do that, here's instruction. It's just always I'm trying to give constant feedback as my diet changes, as I do things back and forth. My diet doesn't change a lot. I go through little phases of doing certain things. And I always like to report the results because, like I say, this is the science experiment. This is just a channel that's just an experiment, and you can observe and you can just say, it doesn't have to be all the dramatic, I don't agree with this, and having all this discussion. You either like what you see and you say, oh wow, he's gotten some results, or I like the kind of results, or I like, the energy, and that's what I want to do, or not. It's as simple as that. Now, over the past, I guess, 5 weeks or so, 4 or 5 weeks, no, about 5 weeks, really since the first of the year, I've been eating a lot cleaner. I've been eating a lot of mono meals, most meals during the day, and even I count my smoothies as a mono meal, or I count some of my smoothies as a mono meal because all I'm really putting in there is spirulina. One of my favorite smoothies these days is bananas and spirulina. But a typical day, like today, for instance, I had 32 ounces of some of that fresh Cara orange juice just a little while ago, which I've been getting those oranges for about a month now. So I've been starting my days, a lot of my days, with 32 ounces of juice. Going about my business, maybe doing the video for the day, getting a little work done, and then usually come mid-morning, usually around anywhere, I don't know, I don't have times, anywhere from around 10 to 11, then I'll have a smoothie, and I'll have a big smoothie to kind of, boom, get it going. But generally, recently, the second smoothie has been like bananas and spirulina. And as I've done this over the past month, and as I've just eaten lots and lots of mono meals, and like at night eating banana and ice cream, or even like when I did eat cooked last week, I decided, I've told you guys I eat sweet potatoes from time to time. I said, I think I'm gonna have some sweet potatoes tonight. Didn't have any bananas frozen. My freezer isn't working great, so the bananas aren't getting super frozen, super hard. So I said, oh, I had a good workout today. I want to get some calories in, so I want to eat sweet potatoes. So I said, I think I'll just keep it on that same theme of mono mealing. So I even just ate some sweet potatoes for a meal that night. But yeah, I just noticed that my energy is really good right now. Really good. Now also too, I haven't been adding any overt fat. Let me clarify that a little bit. I've been like really clean, and then I'll go away like to Pensacola this weekend, and I might even eat some vegan mac and cheese. So when I've gone away, or like when I've gone away for the day, I will have a meal that's not one of those stringent, all fruit or mono meal or no fat. But except for probably those 3 or 4 days in Pensacola, I haven't even added any overt fat to my food. So my energy's just been through the roof, but it's been a very calm energy. It's not like I'm all, okay, what do I do with myself? Where do I place all this energy? I just really have felt good. There's been it's not like I've lost a ton of weight. I've leaned out a little bit, but I just I feel a lightness about me. My digestion just feels so good. I just feel light all the time. That's the only way I can put it. So I highly recommend the mono meals. I'm going to keep preaching on these mono meals, and the mono meals are going to a large extent become a permanent fixture in my life. Now, I'm not saying I'm always going to be Mr. Mono Meal, and every meal I eat from here on out is going to be a mono meal, but yeah, I'm definitely going to include that somewhat in my days almost every day. And there probably will be a lot of mono meals when I get back to Costa Rica, especially initially. I just see almost like kind of being like a giddy kid in a candy store and just playing because it's there. I mean, I sometimes sit around at night, what us weird raw vegans think about, and just think about all that fruit. And I think about different days and different scenarios and how I'm going to, probably today I'll say, okay, wow, I got like 7 really good papayas at the market today. So I think I'm going to mono papayas maybe for a day or 2. Then I'll come on to some mangoes, or maybe, maybe 1 week. That would be fun. I've actually thought about that. That would be fun. Maybe that'll be a good little thing, and I can bring you along and I'll do videos on it. Maybe for 1 week I'll mono meal every day, 7 days. One day I'll say, okay, today's going to be papaya mono day. Today's going to be mango mono day. Today's going to be orange juice mono day. Today we'll throw some bananas in there because I love me some bananas, and that will be that. But yeah, that will be really cool. As far as the intermittent fasting, I mean, I know it's a thing, and there's several different ways that people do it. Some people don't, like, they fast a full day a week. Some people load up and only eat 1 meal a day. So there's a lot of different methods. Just if you go on Google and say, what is intermittent fasting, you'll get a little bit more relevant information, though. Maybe if you search like raw food and intermittent fasting. Otherwise, it's got some really crazy stuff out there. And then there's this stuff where you feast and you fast, like one day, and a lot of it has to do that I was coming into, definitely not interested in, because it's about restricting calories on some days. You feast on one day and then you fast on another and eat very little. That's not for me. I'm kind of the middle way. You guys know me, Mr. Buddha. I probably just naturally, but I've always done this, or close to doing this. I tend to probably intermittent fast about 15 or 16 hours a day, and that's one of the versions of it, because I've always been an early dinner eater. And I rarely eat after dinner, although I will go through those phases once again, where I will eat quite regularly. I'll eat some dessert at night. A lot of times I'll do that if I've kind of let my weight slip a little bit and I need to add a few calories. But generally, I'm like Grandpa going to the all-you-can-eat early buffet for seniors. I eat my dinner about 5 o'clock, and I usually don't eat in the morning till 8 or 9 o'clock. So just naturally right there, that's 15 to 16 hours. And then during the rest of the time, I don't graze as much as I used to. It's not as many chopped up into small meals. I do eat bigger meals, but I still get that 15 or 16 hours a day in there where where I'm not ingesting any food, and my body has that time to rest. It has that time to digest the food, and with me eating those, I think the combination of that, I guess that'll be the kind of point of the video, and I'll finish it up with that. The combination of what I normally do already, like not eating, not eating for 15 to 16 hours a day. Then you add in, like I say, the first meal of the morning will be juice, very light, hydrating. Then the second one is a mono meal of bananas. That combination of that intermittent fasting, the way that I do it, although I've never had a name for it, I just don't eat between those times. It just feels natural not to eat between those times. That combination has me feeling very, very good. I would almost say, even without the tropical fruit around me, I'm feeling about as good as I feel these days. I'm like way up there as far as just like everything. Energy level, alertness, being able to get things done, just the way I feel. My stomach, my digestion just feels flawless every day. So anyhow, I would look into both of them. Now you can pick, like I say, you pick your choice on the whole intermittent fasting thing. Maybe you want to be one of these people that eats, you don't eat all day and you eat one time a day. But like I say, I think I've found this middle road works for me, but maybe try to limit the time, eat yourself a decent enough dinner to where you don't need to eat afterwards. And then, give yourself a normal night of sleep. Don't eat till 8 or 9 in the morning, and then bing, bang, boom. You've gone for 16 hours during the day. And I think if you're not doing that already, I think just that little change will give you some benefit. And then do some of the mono meals. At least do one mono meal a day. Try to do that. That'll be the takeaway here. Just try to start incorporating maybe one mono meal into your day, every day for say a week. See how it feels. Anyhow, just a little feedback there. Hope you guys enjoyed this one today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.